Hi everyone, I'm Aman and welcome to Future Focus. Today we are going to be talking about becoming an bioinformatic engineer. We will check out who are these guys, what they do, where do these professionals work, and how is the job market, whether it have a future, and what will be the expected salary for these professionals. So let's not waste any time and get to it. Okay, imagine that you want to create a vaccine. Most commonly, people think that the researchers, the biologists, the doctors are the ones who create these vaccines. But no, there's another professional that is needed in this. That's the bioinformatic engineer. And each cell in our body holds a universe of data, and these data need to be translated to be turned into valuable insight. This is the job of a bioinformatics engineer. During the COVID pandemic, these engineers were all that the world had their hopes on for creating the vaccines because these professionals create medicines according to a unique genetic makeup. Now, in the next section, we will check out who exactly these guys are and what they do. Let's check them out. Bioinformatics is the study of using computer science and statistics in molecular biology. In recent decades, advancements in molecular biology and the tools needed to research have led to a rapid increase in the ability to sequence genomes of many living organisms. This means that projects focusing on sequencing genomes have become very common. This emerging field of combining knowledge from many subjects like computer science, mathematics, genetics, chemistry, physics, and many other science related fields to solve the biological problems that occurs on the molecular level has increased. So, a bioinformatic engineer is a professional who merge biology, computer science, and information technology to analyze the biological data. This role is very important in the fields of genomics, pharmaceuticals, and biotechnology companies. In the next section, I know it is a very complicated thing, but in the next section, when you check out the qualifications and the skills that are required, maybe a little bit will come into the mind why it is. Because the job market, accordingly, is very big and very vast, and they are important peoples to for this society, for this entire world. So let's check out the required qualifications and the required skills they need. To become a bioinformatics engineer, you must at least have a bachelor's degree in bioinformatics, computer science, or a biology. But most of the companies around the world prefer to hire these professionals with a master's degree in bioinformatics and computational biology. You can also get a PhD in it in the same field, and this will increase your chances of getting hired in better positions. But alongside this, you must have some programming knowledge like Python or Java, and with the very solid foundation understanding of molecular biology and genetics, biochemistry, which you will learn in this bachelor's and master's degree, you will be able to get a very, very good job at very, very big companies. And I will show you there is a list of one of the best universities around the world. These are the list. Uh, like Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, that's the biggest one, obviously. Howard University, Stanford University, University of California, San Diego, uh, Pennsylvania University, Georgia University, University of Cambridge, Oxford University, ETH Zurich in Switzerland, University of Singapore, National University of Singapore, and another one in Australia is the University of Queensland. These are the best ones. Yes, the names are big because the certificate, the degree is big enough. The bioinformatics field is very, very important in today's company, and mostly in pharmaceuticals and biotechnology companies. So, as these institutions, these jobs are big, so getting into it, you need to have a very high SAT score of at least 1500. So it's very hard, but believe me, it's all the effort that you are going to put into this is worth it. Uh, if you are not um, able to get into these universities, there are some universities and colleges around the world who provide the master's degree online, 100% online. You need to get the bachelor's degree, but the master's degree you can get them online, like Brandeis University, which the entire master's degree is 100% online, and it will take around 1 to 3 years to complete. New York University, John Hopkins University, Northeastern University, University of Texas Health Science at Houston. These and they provide this master's degree online completely. There are also many other colleges and universities on Coursera and EDX, which you can check them out, and they provide even bachelor's degree online. So you can check them out too. Now, in the next section, we will check out the the job market, and you will understand why these big universities provide this very special kind of degree, because the job market is so big. In the next section, we will talk about them in depth. So let's check that out too. The global bioinformatics market is projected to reach $20 billion by the end of the year 2025. This is a big number, and that's why bioinformatics engineers are very, very high in demand in various sectors, like pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer and AstraZeneca, which they focus on drug development. Biotechnology firms like Illumina and Thermo Fisher Scientific, which specialize in genetic research. Academic and research institutions like universities and governmental labs, which have cutting edge biological research centers. Health organizations like hospitals, which use genetics data for personalized medicine. Now, it's very important to understand this with real life examples. Personalized medicine, bioinformatics help in creating medical treatments to individual patients based on the genetic makeup. Genetic testing, which is used to identify genetic mutations that can help to lead to diseases like breast cancers, and along the doctors and researchers for early intervention and treatments. Drug developments, bioinformatics plays a very important role in creating new drugs and vaccines, especially the infectious diseases. Crop improvement, by analyzing genetic information, bioinformatics engineers is used or the bioinformatics field is being used to develop stronger crops that that can withstand conditions like drought and pests. This will make very good food security. Environmental science, in which students use bioinformatics to analyze DNA from local plants and animals, helping them understand biodiversities and impact of the environmental changes. The career of bioinformatics is very exciting, as you can see, because there are a lot of big companies, the sectors that these companies are in is very big, and the amount that they invest in projects is very large. So when you get those bachelor's degree and master's degree or even PhD, there are certain um, in job positions that you must understand. Like in the on the entry level roles, bioinformatics analyst and junior data scientists are very common. And when you get some experience in those fields and you get master's degree, if you want, you can get to higher roles with senior to becoming a senior bioinformatics engineer, project manager, or even bioinformatics director. The salaries will vary very dramatically, will go high. And as these industries evolve each year and they collect most investors, and you as a bioinformatics engineer get more experience, you as an experienced guy which have very big expertise in this area will get better positions in big industries like precision medicine, drug discoveries. In these roles you will be hired, and the amount and the money and the career will be very exciting, and the salaries will be very high. The future of this job is very bright, and yes, it is one of those careers in the world which is tough to get into it, and because it needs a lot of effort, but it is worth it. In the next section we will talk about the salaries that you can expect in the entry, mid, and the senior level positions. So let's check them out too. The average salary of a bioinformatics engineer mostly depends on the industry that is getting hired, which country that industry is, and the experience level of that candidate. Because it all depends on these three location on these three things. The entry level positions mostly are getting hired annually in dollars from 70 to $100,000. The mid-level positions, like after 4 to 5 years of experience, you will get around 110 to 120 up to $150,000 an average annually. And the senior levels, after 7 to 8 or 9 years of experience, you may get from 190 to 220 to $230,000 annually. But at the management level and executive levels, the salaries today are from 300,000 to 500,000 annually. So it all depends on which industry you are getting into, and which country you are getting into. In the US and mostly Western European countries, and they are giving a much higher salaries, and it all depends on how much is your expertise. After bachelor's degree, if you get into entry level job and you get your master's degree, then the mid level positions will, which I told from 100 to 150, will change into 150 to $200,000 because you are increasing your skills. That is the most important thing, and these people are very high in demand. So the salaries cannot be compared from one industry to another, because switching between these industries is also um, a kind of problem, because mostly uh, these bioinformatics engineers are under some uh, contracts which they cannot uh, legally switch from one company to another when there's a problem with disposal of informations and all of that, but the salaries that they get is very high. So the number that I am saying right now is an average. It will, and it's just a beginning. It is much higher. If there's an average, there is an up and down, and it all depends on your expertise, how much you increase your skill. So the salary is very good for these bioinformatics engineers. So guys, we have checked out the important topics of what is a bioinformatics engineer, what they do, what are the required qualifications and skills, analyzed the job market, analyzed the expected salaries that these guys could get in these days. So imagine if you are just getting into this field, is in this exciting field right now. The expected salary job market is such a big. Imagine what will you be able to get if you complete your degrees in 4 to 5 years later. Bioinformatics is the driving force behind groundbreaking medical discoveries, from developing vaccines and identifying genetic disorders. So yes, it's gonna be hard to get there, but the journey will be definitely exciting. And this job or career is future proof, because in at least a century, most company and researchers need these bioinformatics engineers. I hope that this video will have brought you a little bit of insight into whether you want to choose or pursue this job or career or not. And if you do, we'll be happy that I brought you this information. So like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for to know when our next video will come out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.